To work in the arts and healthcare context is a unique point of view on how to help patients. And the thing that grants us such a unique perspective is that we have an opportunity to connect with the patients around what's meaningful to them, not around their immediate medical needs. It's funny because a lot of times people think of the artist as not the pragmatist, the artist is not the realist, the artist is the visionary, the dreamer, thinking in a way that is more abstract or more non-practical, right? But in this sense, I think the artist is the practical one. We're all going to end up there, you know. This is going to happen to all of us. So in some sense, you know, to acknowledge this right off the bat, whether or not, regardless of the outcome, like deal with it that the outcome is inevitable at some point. Then what do you do?
The tumor, in a way, is the piece that we all focus on, and we, in some ways, know what to do about. But because cancer distracts us and tells us, of course, we need to treat the tumor. If we don't succeed at treating the tumor, then the child will die, and that's, of course, the #1 priority. All of the healing and the dealing with their stress sort of takes a second seat. But we don't have a treatment protocol, a way of addressing that in a very clear, laid out way that we do for treating the cancer.
Really, whenever any kid is diagnosed with cancer, their childhood is sort of ripped out from underneath them, and they sort of are dealt this new reality where it's all about treatment plans, and their entire world revolves around pain and you know, different palliative treatments that we can offer them, and their life is sort of stripped from them.
Not only are you like stripped down to normal, you're stripped down to like beyond normal, where you're stripped down to, you know, a medical record number and a gown, and your stuff is taken from you. So a lot of these things, your hair, a lot of these things that like are kind of defining of who we are pulled back away from us. So in some ways it's a very Zen experience. In some ways that can be incredibly liberating. But in other ways it's frightening and devastating. How are you?
Good.
Good, all right. You like making artwork? Come on over, me too. Pull up a seat. All right, man. How you doing today, Tristan? You all right? All right. So, you want a piece of paper? And what we've got are different supplies here. We've got, these are markers, and they're pretty nice because you can do, like one side's kind of like a paintbrush, and one side's kind of skinny. Or, if you prefer, we've got paints. And I'm going to trade this out because this one's a little cleaner. I'll get some fresh water for this. But these are a type of paint. Have you used these before? It's called watercolor paints. Have you ever tried that? Okay, I'm going to show you how to use them. It's pretty easy once you figure out how. Okay? Like pretty thin line. So that might be good for like if you want to kind of make it look like you're drawing something. You can pick one of these more skinny brushes. If you want, you can use this one. That's one of my favorite ones. The Arts and Medicine program, I started it in collaboration with Dr. Martha Askins 5 years ago. I was really trying to do two things. I was working with patients to create artwork around what was meaningful for them in their own lives. And then the other thing that I was really interested in focusing on was community projects and how community art projects could impact patients, their families, and the larger culture of the institution. So the Arts and Medicine program has kind of continued to develop around those two things.
It's very important to keep children and their families engaged in the process of life. It's not something that you can just put on hold while you're going through cancer treatment, especially because cancer treatment can last anywhere from 6 months to many years. And in the lifespan of a little one or even an adolescent, this is a huge amount of time.